Hello, I'm Eagle Gardens, Eagle Gardens 1 on Instagram, and this is fucking talking shit with Eagle. Well, this was supposed to be episode number 71 with Mr. Bond 420, who is yet to show up. So I thought I'd go live real quick and at least let you guys know what the hell was going on and at least smoke this joint I had ready for you guys and see what's going on. Nutrient shootouts, how you doing? What's up, Kana Trooper? Nutrient shootouts was first. I'm patiently watching my Instagram chat here to make sure Mr. Bond 420 is checked in. He checked in earlier and fully knew we were planning to go at 420 today, and I don't know what's going on. Backwoods, all good. How you doing? A Nova, how you doing? Most hater, how you doing? Just lighting up this fatty and hoping today's guest will show as promised. You know, I would feel bad about this, but you know, it is what it is. I can only do so much to get these people here. I was in contact with Mr. Bond earlier today. I was hoping that he would show. He said he was coming. We're on the same same time zone. I don't know what's going on here. So what's yeah, what worst case, I guess we're gonna fucking just since I'm here, we'll give a few minutes to see how many people pile in. Mr. Bond don't show up. Well, guess we'll do a little bit of seed giveaways for the daytime folks, and then we'll be out. I guess if you don't show, it is what it is. It is what it is. What it is. Tuck and roll, baby. Tuck and roll. So how you guys doing today? Come on, Mr. Bond. Come on. Hopefully everything is well where you're at. I know I'm doing well here today. Nice, beautiful Michigan day. I've gotten lots of work done. I've gotten past winnings all packed up. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, Bond is in New York. Yes, he is. So he's on the same time zone. And as you can see right there, he says, "Lol, I'm down at 420." So, you know, I don't know. I don't know. Sorry, guys. Hopefully he shows up. I don't know. You can't blame somebody. You don't know what necessarily, what's going on the other side. All I know is like 2 hours ago. Let's see here. Today at 1:53, he agreed to be here. So, Tara Wilson, how you doing? Be too crazy for you. I just got done packing up most of your guys' winnings. Majestic Marks, how you doing? We're just sitting here kind of hoping that hoping Mr. Bond shows up. Makes good. Now, what can you do? What can you do? I figured I'd at least come on and do a couple more giveaways for some seeds, if anything, since I was loading up you guys' winnings anyway. I was like, well, might as well give some more away since I'm headed to the post office. Anywho, my day's gone pretty good. As you can see down here, let's see if I can get there. Here's already all those right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 13 packages, winning packages, all loaded up and ready to go out. Shit. With just 20 watching it right now, it may be an easy giveaway for you guys. I hope everybody's day has gone well. Bill Sid, how you doing today? Humble Grower 420 Organics for Life. At 21 watching. Man, I can't believe Mr. Bond pulled this. Not to bad mouth, Mr. Bond, but like I said, I don't know what's going on over there. Cameron, how you doing? Just fun thing to do, Cameron. More Grower, how you doing? Hope you guys' day is going well. Still no confirmation that he's even looked at the Zoom numbers. What a bummer. What a bummer. What a bummer. So, well, after this 2 strikes, I don't know if I'll reach out again to Mr. Brown. Although I do believe he would be an amazing guest, but I don't know what to do. We got 30 watching right now. We'll give it 2 more minutes. We'll just go ahead and start flipping some beans. Bear 7, hello, how you doing today? Boom Farms, I'm glad you're able to pop in today. Bummed it wasn't to see some good hash fucking advice. Really bummed about that shit. I was looking forward to that myself. Soiled Roots, how you doing? Still waiting on Mr. Bond 420, hoping he'll check his Instagram and take me up on them numbers like he said he was gonna. Hot day, huh? That sucks. It's just about right here in Michigan. Just about the right temperatures. I guess things are getting a little crazy over there in Traverse City. Looking forward to the people that will be on tonight. Miss Nudie Grower, T-Dog, and Smiley Gardens will be on later today. JD's, how you doing? Big Jar of Crows. I didn't see him pass through. Am I on top chat? God damn, I better hope I'm on live. For once, I'm on the right chat. Pop this chat out so I can make it a little bigger. Man, still no scene. So, laid back farmer, bad today. Just found out somebody stole 6 of my ladies outdoor. That's it. That is a bad fucking day. Sad in this time and this day and age that people, loans should be pretty well easily to get. Sad somebody has to put their hands on somebody else's shit. Tyler, how you doing? Weed Neds. Damn, we've actually dropped down a few. I was hoping to build up a couple before we gain some seeds, but people are already falling out after that no show with oh well. It's all good. I just didn't, I thought about whether or not if I was going to come on or not. Just call it, say what the hell, but I thought, well, doesn't make, I said there was going to be something going on today at 420, and here I am anyway. So we wasted enough time. We're back up to 33. So, was at my father's funeral and came back to this. Oh, sorry to hear that, man. Very sorry to hear that. My condolences, laid back. Ugh, I don't like hearing that. There you go. There's the bright episode there, Kazoo Chavit episode. B Bear 7, well, congratulations. We're going to give out some seeds since we do not have a guest. You never know. He may pop in. Kind of have faith that, it could happen. So let's give away some beans. Fuck it. Drawing one. It's always more smoke go phrases already ready. Got 32 watching. We'll do the average 1 to 150. 1 to 150. I think let's see here. Go ahead and pull out a number. I know which number I'm gonna pull out right off the bat. Let me get things going here. You guys know, well, most of you guys know how this goes. Some of you guys are daytime people. You get one opportunity to shout out your number. If there is a number that matches your number after you shout out, you are able for a second guess. Only if that number you've put out there has already been taken. One guess only. Yeah, it goes from start to stop. I haven't even hit start yet, guys. You know how it goes. When you hit start in chat, when you see start in chat come up, that's when you put your numbers up there. You will have 1 minute and 30 seconds at that point to take your time and put your numbers in. So all these numbers until you see start don't count. So every number right now doesn't count. So we'll do probably 4. We'll probably do how many we got 4. We'll do four drawings. I haven't even said what's up here. We'll do 4 drawings. Number 1 is for Morita. This is what you guys are going up for right here. For Morita and Fort Jefferson. Right here. This is what you guys will be getting. So let me put this joint down. I've got my start ready to go here. I agree, JDs. I agree. I got start. There you go. Boom. You guys got 1 minute and 30 to get your guesses up there. I do have my number written down on the pad here, so as soon as things are done, man, I gotta stop you. Gotta stop. Oh. Somebody hit it already. God, you guys are good. Cameron. Hold on, I'm gonna turn this camera off so you guys ain't gotta look at my nuts here right quick. Cameron hit that one right off the bat. We'll just keep fucking doing this. Hold on. Let me grab some stuff. Well, shut this camera off for a second. Cameron won that first one. I'm still here. God, you guys still had 30 more seconds, at least 45 seconds to go. Just want to check in that bond just real quick. All right, so this is live on action. Right here, I'm writing your name on the inside of this envelope so I know who it is. Cameron. As you can see right there, I wrote your name down. I am packing one menu, your stuff, and another menu right here. Congratulations, Cameron. I'm gonna write you down. Cameron 1. Right on. 69. Damn. So you are just shoot me your address, Cameron, please. Either on Eagle Gardens 1 on Instagram, fucking talking shit with Eagle on Instagram, or you can email me if you don't have an Instagram account or you just want to email me at eaglegardens1@gmail.com. Congrats, Cameron. Congrats. I'll get this out as soon as I get your address. Throw this right back here in the pile with everybody else's. That postman is gonna love me tomorrow. Postman is gonna love me tomorrow. All right, let's do it again, guys. Let's fucking do it again. So we're gonna go for another drawing again. Single entries, please, unless you see your number has already been taken. Then you are allowed another guess. In that instance only, are you allowed two. More than that, you will be disqualified. Will be looking from a number from 1 to 150. There's 37 people currently. I think that's kind of fair. That keeps us from taking the day to do this all. So let's pick out what we'll do next. What do we do? Fort Jefferson. I've got a pack of the Hashishin here from North Star, which is Panama Red times Purple Mayhem. And I have a pack of this Buddha's Hand, which is the Zest times Jesus OG. Both of these strains were made available from North Star. There are 5 beans each. This is what you guys are shooting for. So let me think of a number. I got one. There it is. I have written it down. Let me get the start available, ready to type into chat. Don't go yet. All right, I gotta get back to my timer here. Bang. Okay. We're gonna go another round. You guys ready? Start. There you guys go. 1 to 150. Please, one guess only, unless your guess has been taken. You guys have 1 minute and 12 seconds left. Holy fuck. All right, man. Somebody's already got it. Man, you guys are fucking good today. You guys are just like on the same mindset. Sorry, man. It didn't even go 30 seconds on that one. Not even 30 seconds on that one. I will show you the number and then I'll read it off. We'll go again. Right here, before I could do anything, be able to point to the number. The number is right here. The number was 101. 101. Of course, as you can see in chat, that went to Shark Pulley 989. Congratulations. Get you ready. I just stocked up on a bunch of packs today. Just like, fuck it. I'm gonna need them anyway, so let's fucking play along. All right, congratulations, Shark Pulley 989. If you would, again, with everybody else, either hit me up on Instagram at Eagle Gardens 1 or fucking talking shit with Eagle. Either account will work, or you can reach me at eaglegardens1@gmail.com. Hit me up for your address. I am packing this right here. I'm writing your name on the inside of this envelope to remind me this is your weddings until I get the address for you. Shark Pulley 989. As you can see, your name is on the inside of this pack. And if you get one of these and it has my phone number on it, it is actually my phone number. These are just leftover. Oh, it does. These are leftover from my time with Subcool, and rather than sit on a bunch of these rolling trays, I would rather pass them out to you weed nerds. So as soon as I get your address, Shark Pulley 989, this envelope will get out to you. I'm starting to really like looking at this pile behind me. I still gotta It's gonna be fun. So get another envelope ready for this next winner. We nerds for life. That is right. So let's see what we can pull up here. We have well, let's work on the Morita. We got a nice pile of it. This is the Morita, which is the Mission 11 times Frat Mazar, which is came in from Chef Joel's kitchen over there at North Star. And we have My Canopy Moon Pie, which was available to me from Twisted Roots Genetics, Simple Man 420 and Simple Woman 420 over there. Please check them out both. And that's another thing. Once you guys get these, if you guys get your winnings, I would appreciate it if you would tag myself and North Star or Deep Southern Roots, depending on the genetics you got, and let us know that you got them and you're proud to support that shit. Would be super, super great. This is what's up next. Let's play again. All right, we'll go same route here, guys. Same route. 1 to 150. That's fair enough. We still got 41 watching. I will choose a number. If number has been chosen, you are able for a second guess. Then and only then, multiple guesses will get you disqualified. So if you would, just stick to your one guess. Hopefully, we will go ahead and let me get this ready again. Press start in chat. I did not say watch for start in the chat, not for me to say start. Watch for the nut in chat. Let me cancel this timer and get it reset. Good. I have not thought of my number yet. Let's see here. I got one. I'm writing it down right here. And either if I see it or the timer goes off, I will then show what's up, Moist Flops. How you doing? Thanks for tuning in from the UK. The American one. I look up just see you. Hell yeah, I did. How you doing today? Jill Carter, awesome. The Cannon Crack. How you doing? People popping in. For you late guys, gals, this is a bean contest. You are guessing for a number from 1 to 50. Please, one guess only, unless you've seen your guess pop up in chat. Then you are able for a second guess. Please. Yeah, that's all. Right now, if you're late joining us, you are up for a pack of Morita from North Star and a My Canopy Moon Pie, which is coming from Deep Southern Roots Genetics to your guys' hand in North Star. So I have wrote down my number. I am ready to hit start. I have my timer ready and my start button. Finger on the start button. Boom. There you go. You guys have 1 minute and 30 seconds to try to come up with the right number. What is up, Miss D's Nugs? So glad to always see you guys in the Dollar Tree Grower. How you doing? Scroggy McScroggerson. Yvonne Brooks, how you doing? Ooh, I see one that's really close. So far, but I have not seen it yet. So close, guys. So close. So far, there's only one of you guys that's really close, but some that are very close. Thank you, American One. I'm glad you popped in, brother. You guys still have 29 seconds. I have not seen that number dead on yet, but I have seen one that's close. So if you have not thrown in that number, please do so now. What's up, Warlock? How you doing? Spiky pilots. There you go. Throw in one. That is the beeper right there that you are listening to. So technically, I have to stop and chat. But you guys have heard the beeper, I am sure. Bam. There it is. Stop on that. I have seen only one number so far that has been, that was the closest. And man, it was the first one. The number was 48. And it was like hit, like almost out of the gate by Big Jar Grows with his guess of 49. 49. Big Jar Grows. Big Jar Grows won that one. I hope you guys had fun with that. We're still going to play a little bit more. Couple more chances to win this 420 afternoon. Check one more time to see if Bond. Yes. Yes, please, John. He may be here. He's looking. Still on, brother. Still on. This may just happen. We're killing some time. This may happen. He's in contact. Just stay good here. All right. So let me pack up Big Jar's Grows envelope here. Big Jar Grows. Thank you very much for playing. You drop your beans and trays in this pack. If you haven't heard the thing, you need to either hit me up on Instagram with your address at Eagle Gardens 1 or fucking talking shit with Eagle. Bond is trying. Yes, he is. He's typing to me right now. I just tried to call. Let me see here if I got him the right numbers. And we'll get back to this. Holy cow. Invite. Oh, I bet he tried to call. I know what happened here. Hold on. This will happen. This will happen. So let's see here. Big Jar Grows, you are all packed up and ready to go. DOA Grown Meds, how you doing? Good day, everyone. How you doing? Automation is freedom. Sorry for that dead air. All right, we'll go another round while we're waiting for Mr. Bond to load up here. Again, another round for how many people we got in here? Holy cow, we better bump up some. We got 57 watching. Got 57 watching. So this time we'll go from 1 to 200. Mr. Bond will be here shortly. If you could hear my voice, I'm getting ready for this. Mr. Bond will be here shortly. This round we are giving away a pack of Morita, Buddha's Hand, and CBD Citrus. So this one will be a 3-packer. A 3-packer. Yes, he is coming. Bond is coming. Bond is coming. So this will be for a pack of more Rita, Buddha's Hand, and CBD Circus, all from North Star Genetics. You guys know the routine, or hopefully know the routine. One guess only, unless you have seen your number come up. That enables you for another guess. You guys will have a minute and 30 seconds to get those numbers out there. I will write it down before I hit start so you know there is no bullshit going on. And you guys will have a minute and 30 seconds to get that done. And let me write down my number here. Let's see here. What number would be good for this? I got one. I have written my number down. This one is for a lucky 5 packs of beans. Fire strains from North Star Genetics, man. 53. I don't know how you guys could be dropping down when you guys are just getting beans, waiting for for our great guest to show up. All right, so I am setting the timer. I have the word start written in chat. There you go. The timer is set. You have 1 to 200 this time. It is 1 to 200 because we had a little jump in people. Closest one there to get it will get it, or the one that has dead on. I have seen a couple very close ones right now, but nothing quite yet. Good numbers though. Good numbers. You guys still have a minute and 5 seconds left. I have not seen that number dead on, but I have seen some close numbers. So close, guys. So close. That isn't it yet. You guys still have 46 seconds. Yes, if you already guessed 69 once, please throw out another number. It has been taken. Thank you, Stephanie V, for pointing that out. Stephanie, I did pack you up a pack of CBD citrus that's laying over here waiting to be mailed out to you tomorrow. I still not have seen it yet. You guys have 23 seconds to go. No worries. Almost. If you have seen your number up there, you are able for a second guess. What up, Johnny Bell? We're playing for seeds. Johnny Bell, 1 to 200. Hurry up and get that guess in. 1 to 200. That is the bug. That is the beeper. Let me hit stop in chat. Everything but Johnny B has a guess here. All right, now let me double back. 44. Why am I typing? This is for a pack of seeds. That was a good guess, but that wasn't it. Thanks for trying anyways, Johnny. I believe the number was, I'll show you before I go back so that you guys don't think I'm bullshitting. The number was for 169. 169 was the number. I believe the closest guess that I did see was 168. 168. I have to look back and see who that was. Oh, that was BLK Eagle. Black Eagle, is that? BLK Eagle 420. What a guess, brother. You won that one. That was for the 3-pack. BLK Eagle 420. Please hit me up on Instagram, either at Eagle Gardens 1 or fucking talking shit with Eagle, or Eagle Gardens 1 at Gmail with your address, and I will get these out to you ASAP. I'm writing your name on the inside of this envelope so I know your winnings, and you will be able to identify your envelope. There you go, BLK Eagle 420. Here is your envelope. I am just waiting on your address. Y'all. Bam. loaded up and ready for you. Congratulations, BLK 420. Or I'm sorry, BLK Eagle 420. Congrats. I will get this out to you soon as possible. So far that makes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 packs going out tomorrow. Hopefully everybody will have their addresses in. Those will go out tomorrow for those of you who have your addresses into me. If not, then I'll get them out as soon as I get them. Yeah. Some of them envelopes have multiple in it. Luckily, since I kind of hesitated and dishing out them beans until last night, there was some winners that saved me a little bit of postage there because of the lack of getting them out. So, like, be too crazy for you. Your first winnings and last night's winnings will all be in the same package. So congratulations to you. It looks like you pulled down 4 strains in that pack. Northern Maine Weed Nerd or Weed Gnome. Cheers. How you doing today? That's just part of the show. Part of thanking you guys for toting along night after night, day after day, and through the stumbles and hard times of the show. I appreciate it more than you guys know. You guys have become a great asset to what I do nowadays, and I enjoy doing it. I enjoy seeing you guys' names pop across the screen. I enjoy the opportunity of getting, the chance to talk with you guys, hang out. It's a super cool thing. Very cool. I hope to hear from you guys, one by one on the show as it goes along. So yeah, let's see here. We do not have Mr. Bond present, though I am sure he is trying, I believe. I gave him the numbers, and I'll shoot him one more time the numbers just in case he is having a hard time or whatnot. And if he is still not present, I still have one more vanilla envelope here with that will have somebody's name on it. Double checking this as I go. Right. Right. I'll try to double check that way I don't mess up too bad. All right, I did send him the numbers one more time just in case that he did not get them the first time. But I am talking to him. It does look like this could still happen. 168. Let me write down who did won that last one, just in case I forget. Congratulations one more time to BLK Eagle 420. Pretty awesome name if you ask me. Getting things ready for this next round. Next and final seed giveaway. He is in communication. Yep, he is still coming. So one more round. This time we will go for another pack of more Rita because that's what I have. The more present, the more Rita, and just to keep things in the same breeder, we'll go with the Hashishin and the CBD citrus. So these are all North Star. This would be the Morita, the Hashishin, and CBD citrus. 46 watching while we're sitting here waiting patiently. So you guys know the rules by now. 1 to 200. We'll just keep it to 200. and you guys have one guess only, unless you look up and see your number has already been picked. Then you may take another guess in good faith. So we want everybody to have a fair start, and we'll get this up and running. Let me get this timer going here again. That is ready. Shit. Hold on here. He's in chat. I just want to he's just got to take care of one thing here, and he'll be in chat. So we'll run this game. I'm going to go ahead and put the number in here. I wrote the number down. You guys have 1 minute, 30 seconds. There you guys go. Get your guys' gets off. I have my number written down. Mrbond42 will be here in just a few seconds. You guys have 1 minute and 14 seconds to go.
Can you hear me?
I can, Mr. Bond. I can. How you doing today?
Not bad. You? Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, sir. We're just giving away some beans here. We got 49 seconds. We guess we can call it right now because Stephanie V hit that number dead on. So you guys are, let me hit stop. Just having a little fun with chat while we're hanging out, you know?
Yeah, right on.
Stephanie.
Sorry about the mishaps. It's been it's great. This stuff's crazy, man.
Oh, no worries, man. I'm just stoked to have you. The number was 123. Stephanie V won that. I will get those out to you, Steph. Thank you guys for playing. Now, without further ado, the man that we're all been waiting here to see, Mr. Bond 420 is here. We have very much respect for you, good sir. You have been greatly requested since day one. Everybody wanted to talk some shit with Mr. Bond 420. I don't know if you can see chat, but if not, I will relay any questions that have come your way. But trust me, they will be throwing you much props. This has been greatly anticipated. We all have much respect for you and everything you're doing there, you know. And most of our eyes, especially as far as hash goes, a lot of us consider you to be a legend. So thank you so much for hanging out and taking some time to hang today. First off, introduce yourself. Well, you don't need no introductions, but please tell everybody where they can find you and tell us how you're doing today, my friend.
Well, first off, I appreciate that. Some kind words. I don't like to look at myself as a legend, but, you know, I just like to push the good word, and people need help along the way. Give them the helping hand. That's about it. You know what I mean? But yeah, Mr. Bond on Instagram. I'm an old cat, so I really don't have, you know, too many platforms that I use. I mess around on YouTube to watch some crazy stuff to get my mind off things every once in a while, and Instagram. That's about it. But yeah, thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Well, this whole show's kind of geared behind hopefully getting some knowledge, you know, and getting to know you a little bit better. It's all about you. I try to make these things as fun as possible. So, sometimes when you do something all the time, it's not so much fun to, come down and just, talk about it when you just want to lay back. So, at any point, if you feel like you're just, spewing a bunch of stuff that you've said a million times and you're bored with it, take it in another direction because we want you to have fun here and not
No, yeah,
necessarily be beat.
I'm down. I can't see the chat, but yeah, if you, I mean, whatever you want to ask away. I'm down.
Oof.
What are you
Had to get
smoking
that
on?
cough out of the way. This is some Mr. Tight's Dominatrix with a little bit of Primal Punch F2 mixed in there. Both incredibly great strains.
Nice. Yeah, I've heard of the Primal Punch. I believe from Pedro's grow room. I think he has a nice pheno of it. He might even have 2 phenos of it. I think.
Yeah, he has a good F1 and I believe he's going to shop for the F2. The F2's got a real banana terp heavy, which is striking a lot of people's curiosity. I mean, it's super banana.
Yeah, gotta love the banana. It's always nice to have something different in there, Everybody likes the gas and that fuel-y, but it's nice to throw a fruit every once in a while in the mix.
Well, usually we start this thing off with like basically when you got started. If you don't mind starting there. Do you remember your first time when you hit that plant for the first time? You want to go there?
Do I remember that? I'm trying to think. It was definitely a long time ago. Yeah, I think I can. Probably back in, if I had to say, probably 92, maybe 92, 93. I was probably, oh shit, this is going to be weird to say, but I was probably like 12, 11. And, hanging with all the big boys. I didn't have anybody but older kids around my area. Plus, I started off in a Catholic school, which sucked for my own reasons. But yeah, just hanging with the older kids, and then next thing you know, there's always a joint being passed around, and boom, there it was. But then from there, just started growing. What? Yeah. You find seeds in some bag seeds. If you're lucky. And it just started from there, and I had always wondered how. Sorry, I'm like doing chores at the same time. I'd always wondered how they made, because you see hash around, you see the black hash, the creamy colored stuff, and we always got our hands on it, and smoking on a pin under a cup, that whole deal, smoking in some bowls in a joint or whatever. And I was always intrigued with how they did make it. And, I went through every method before there was YouTube to find it. And, just starting with the keef and, putting in your shoe, squishing it down. If you had some good quality stuff, you that's when I started noticing the difference. Obviously, the quality of the weed and the bud is what dictates the quality of the hash. So once you started learning that, and the whole water game came into it, the bubble bags came out. I think I started doing that, I don't know, probably in 98, somewhere in there. Just started experimenting from there, and then obviously the social medias blew up, and you jump around on there. I never really was on any forums or anything. It's kind of obviously very underground. I didn't even want to be on a computer and talking about that stuff. Whereas, guys like Subcool and shit, I know there's a couple few names that I just can't think of off the top of my head, but never was in that scene. But I was always, growing or trying to make cash. So once that came about, get on the internet, and Matt Rise was, dropping hints here and there of how he was doing things, and pretty much it just came down to the quality. Once I started finding really nice phenos, and I got the Space Bomb, which I'm smoking right now. I got those seeds from, actually, they were given to Cali grown, or Cali Cannabis Culture, whatever his name. I know his real name, but I'm not gonna say it. He'd get real mad at me. Sub gave those Space Bomb seeds to Cali. This is 6 maybe. And yeah, Cali gave them to the Mendo Dope Boys for a raffle at High Times. And I ended up somehow winning the raffle, got the seeds, brought them home, popped them, and that was the end of it. And I already had an idea, because I was, I've been watching The Weed Nerd pretty definitely from the first episode. So, with that said, I knew those genetics were going to be fire, and for me to start making fire hash and full melt, none of this, chari, whatever that we used to smoke back in the day. But hey, to each their own. Some guys still like it. I still love it. It's my roots, you know what I mean? So, but yeah, it all boiled down to the good genetics and quality resin. I can't count how many times I've seen people try and bring me some old trim that's been sitting in the freezer or in their cupboard for months, and it just smells like old yucky trim. I'm like, you're not gonna get what you're used to seeing from me out of this. And they're like, why not? And then I gotta, like you said, repeat everything that I've said a million times, but that's all part of learning. So, like I say all the time, it basically boils down to the genetics and having the right kind of heads, because some heads don't make good hash, some heads make okay hash, and some heads make obviously the best hash we've seen so far in our lifetimes, I would say.
So I've got tons of questions. First one is from a viewer. Joe Carter wants to know what's Mr. Bond's thoughts on strains for anxiety. So throw that one right out there real quick.
First, I'd have to say everybody's bioassay is different. So for something that's good for anxiety for me is probably not going to be good for anxiety for you. But again, I'm not a doctor. If I had to, steer you in the right direction, would be solely indica dominant, not any hybrid. That couch blocky type of deal where it's not going to keep your mind racing and your blood pressure up. You're just going to want to sit in the couch and eat, and your brain kind of shuts down for a little while. So, Gorilla Glue, any of those really indica dominant strains that are, or cultivars, I should say. I've been trying to stop saying that word strains, because in retrospect, it is kind of correct, but when you say cultivar, it just sounds, number one, it sounds more professional, and number two, it kind of is what it is. That's, they're cultivars. But so yeah, the indica dominant indica dominant cars, and stay away from those really hazy sativa styles, bud, because that's just going to get your blood pressure going and your mind racing. And some people like that though. Anxiety, and a big thing with it, I like to talk about whenever I have the chance is deal with it. I'll still do a little bit here and there. Things get crazy. It's just part of human nature, and that's what a lot of people have to just try and understand. Look at the bigger picture of why they're having that anxiety, because I feel a lot of it situations have been from your or in the present situations are what make you start thinking of things. So once you start getting that feeling, you have to realize that it's your own brain that's doing that to you. It's not necessarily anything else. Whether it be a chemical imbalance or not, your brain is the most powerful thing I believe in this world. So if you're able to, harness that energy of your own and be able to, I used to, and out loud, I tell people all the time when I was dealing with my anxiety when I was younger, just from life experiences, what do I want to do in life? Am I ever going to get married? Am I ever going to buy a house? What's the deal? Those things everybody thinks about them late at night or all day during the day. So if you can grasp your own power of your brain and find a way, like I used to do, I would literally degrade myself just because that was the only thing I could think of, is to try and get my mind off it. So I would out loud call myself names and derogatory things that I rather not say out loud, but it would break that barrier in my mind, where now I'm not thinking about what's giving me anxiety. I'm worried about getting myself off of that, out of that situation, or um, try and turn my brain into positive thinking about the situation. You know what I mean? So again, glass half full, glass half empty. Everybody's different, but when you're dealing with those type of things, and depression, a lot of it is bottom line, I'm a tough cookie, I'm old school. Only you can change you. So you yourself in situations, you get yourself, and if you can't, then you need to rethink your strategy and look at the bigger picture, because the bigger picture, and always, that's what I try and say to myself anyway. So I didn't mean to ramble on about that, but if that helps anybody, I hope.
I'm sure it did, and thank you. That's what it's about, is hearing your opinion. That's why they ask, and that's what they're hoping to hear is, you know, exactly your thoughts. Uh, I've got tons of ways I could go with this, and I'm sure there'll be more questions coming your way. Um, First, just because you brought him up, and I'm curious to pick your mind a little bit. Uh, how in your group, in your hash career, it's been an amazing ride. I'm sure, getting to meet Matt Rise and a ton of people. Frenchie, for one, I know, I'm pretty almost 100% positive you've spent some time with Frenchie. And in fact, I don't think a lot of people know this, but I know this because I talked to him that night. But you were hanging with the man himself who you just mentioned, Sub, the night of the fire, or the night before, or real close to that, because I was talking to him while you guys were making hash. And
Yeah,
I guess,
I just got goosebumps just thinking about it, man. It was yeah, go ahead, sorry.
oh no, go ahead. I want to hear what you got to say. That's your aspect on it.
Well, first off, uh, yeah, he was a good dude. Um, some people, he was tough, I'll say that. Some people couldn't really get along with him, I guess, and some people did, but nonetheless, he was a teacher, and you know, he put everything he could out there. Um, you know, whether it had been wrong or right, you know, he was a pioneer in I guess the community. You know, a lot of people knew who he was. But that night, those days were pretty fucking crazy. I'll say that. Yeah, we cut down all those outdoor plants. Spent some time on at his house, you know, with him, and you know, got everything ready. I was making hash, you know, on a 95-degree day in the middle of Santa Rosa, California, in the mountains, in a driveway in a 4x4 tent with a little AC running in there, and the washing machine and everything. Frenchie let me use the one of his first machines that he built there, and
That was a prototype. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
I
yeah,
remember that. I was like, holy shit, man. The prototype went up that day too because he was there prior a couple days before, right?
yeah. It was weird because he was there. We had went and saw them. It's kind of a blur now that I'm thinking about it. I don't remember exactly how it went, but I remember
I bet.
we were there one night and Frenchie was already there, you know, doing his thing, making, because Sub wanted some hash from him also, and you know, out of the outdoor garden. So Frenchie was doing his thing, you know, we were all hanging out, and then I think the next day when I was back at the boys' house, Brian and Daniel's house, Frenchie had showed up with the machine, and I didn't know that he was coming, so it was kind of a surprise. And all of a sudden the guys are like, "Hey, Frenchie's here." I'm like, "Oh shit, no way!" So, you know, saying hi, this, that, and he's like, "Come with me, my friend," and he bring me around to the car, and he had the machine in the back, and he's like, "Help me bring this in the back where you're going to be working. I'll let you use it all week." And yeah, we toted that thing around everywhere. We toted it to Sub's house. So yeah, when I was done at Sub's, he had brought me. I think we stopped at North Star's house to drop off some hash to put in the freeze dryer just to try it out, and then drove back to. He was dropping me back off at the boys. He hung out for a couple hours, and on his way back, he had called us and he was like, "Yo, the highway's on fire," and we're like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, I just had to drive through the fire," and we're like, "Wow, be careful, dude." He's like, "Yeah, it's all right." And that night, all fucking hell broke loose, and I was at the boys' house, and Daniel Oldie had gone to mom's to to either go see his girl or hang, you know, just hang over there for a little while. And then me and Brian were still at the house. It was just me and Brian, and it was getting windy, so we were out in the back, you know, checking on the plants and making sure everything was okay because it was getting super windy, like 75-mile-an-hour gusts, 80-mile-an-hour gusts. So he's like, "This is weird, and this never happens." You know, the whole conspiracy things were coming out, and I'm not gonna lie, and he can testify to it. I had saw some crazy lights going off in the sky above the mountains, kind of looked like heat lightning. Don't think anything of it. We go in, roll blunt. He had gone outside to do something quick, to grab something. And when he came back in, he was white as a ghost. And he's like, "Dog, you gotta come outside. Someone's house is on fire." And obviously, I'm from the East Coast, not never used to fire, never saw anything like I saw that night. Instantly said, "Fire. We're in California. That's not good." Ran outside, and literally the whole mountain, because they live right in the valley, and you can obviously see we're right at the foot of the mountains. They were on fire. The whole shit in a matter of literally minutes. And instantly, we both went into panic mode. Got in the car, he knows where he's going. So he drove down the street that they live on to see, you know, if it was coming closer to the neighborhood. And as we got to the end of the road, I looked out my window and the fucking fire was literally crawling through the field that we were next to. And I'm like, yo, the fire's right there. So he's like, oh shit, because he knows how fast it moves. So we're in the Charger, he whips it. We hammer down the road, get to the first house that I don't even know if it was the first house or not, but we just stopped somewhere in the middle of the road, started banging on people's doors, trying to get them, you know, to get up, because it was literally 12:30, 1 in the morning. And a couple people come, yeah, we heard it on the scanner. We're okay. We're getting out. Next house we drive to, get his girlfriend to call, you know, start calling 911, the whole 9 yards. We call Daniel, hurry up, the fire's coming. We've got to come back home. We got to start getting the moms, you know, all the mother plants, all the clones, anything we could save, all the hard drives, the music, all that shit, everything that was, you know, worth something to them. And I literally sat outside that night and sprayed water all around the area, sprayed down the plants, all the fences. And I listened and watched pretty much the valley burn down. If I didn't hear, I don't know, 2,000 booms of propane tanks blowing up, which when you think about that, that's someone's house now. I didn't hear one. So it was the most crazy night and the most crazy couple days that I've ever experienced in my life. And I'll tell you what, I don't wish that on anybody. You know, when it was scary, no joke. You know, like I said, I'm on the East Coast, used to hurricanes, maybe a little tornado scare, blizzards, all that shit ends. Fires, they weren't ending. They just kept going and coming closer and coming closer. And we ran through, you know, on our own choice to save some things. We had to run through spots where the fire was 50 feet away, not even smoky. It was not fun, but you know, what doesn't kill us makes us stronger. So I watched that community and the cannabis community come really close together. You know, kind of off topic is kind of what we need right now. And in these times right now, it's like, you know, your heart goes out to these people that deal with this on a daily basis. And, you know, it's like, it's just sad. It really is that, you know, that everybody thinks they have the answer, and it's like, is it the answer? You know, yeah, this is history repeating itself again. And it is, it's ridiculous. I say the only way is for, you know, and this will never happen, which kind of sucks to even say that, but we are all one. We're all human on this planet, this rock that's spinning in who knows what, whether it be flat or round or square, I don't care. We're all one human race. And yeah, that's just how I feel about it. So, you know, obviously you're gonna have good and bad out there, but you know, the good, it's just, you know, I'm starting to think about it now. It's just not enough for people to not not like, it's good enough. It's not good enough for people to just not be racist. We have to all be anti-racist and extinguish this shit, so everybody has the liberty and freedoms that we have, you know, in this country. And that's, you know, it's the only conclusion I could come to. But like I said, off subject, it's kind of hard not ever to get on this subject, you know, especially with what's going on. So we can get off of it and go back to the weed thing, but
Oh no, that needed to be said, and it couldn't have been any more spot on. I agree. Couldn't be any more spot on what you just said. We do need it, and it's a troubling time, and we don't try to pull some positivity. This negative shit that's going to go on is really going to take humanity south in a hurry. So I agree.
yeah, it's a bad evil is got a real grip on society, and you know shit, lost my phone low. I'm gonna go get my charger while my dogs bark, so sorry for the interruption.
No worries.
But yeah,
it's terrible that such what should have been just a epic moment in your life anyway, and just be sealed in your memory like that, have to be just burned in your memory by such a tragedy as well, sealed with a tragedy.
yeah, it did.
What a tough
It
time,
sucked.
man.
It sucked, but like I said, I'm a glass half full guy, so you always try and push for the positive out of it, and we just it sucks. We get the call the next day, and his house is gone. I was just there, supposed to stay the night. I was gonna stay the night, but I had some things to do at the boys' house too, so things could have went a lot different. Choke saved his life, as far as I know. He didn't want to leave, and the dog was like, "Listen, dude, we gotta go." So that was kind of weird, but I'm glad Toke is where he is now. At least he's back with somebody he's used to, and that whole thing sucks, obviously, also. But some people it just doesn't work, and I've been married for over 10 years with my wife for 16, I think, now going on. So I know how it is, and I see it. So it was what it was. Jill's a great person. Like everybody, I'm sure she's got her flaws and she admits to them. But like I said, not everybody can be together, and there were some tough times there. And yeah, I mean, the whole ride, like you said, has been pretty crazy as far as like me being way out here and just gravitating to those people out there, and then finally meeting Callie and meeting the Mendo Dope Boys and getting to meet Subcool, and how everybody just was so welcoming, and it definitely seems weird because total outsiders, you know what I mean? We just came up out of nowhere at a high times, and next thing you know, we're all best friends. And it's that's how it should be. It's cool to be able to do that and talk to the people. And like I tell all my buddies, I never asked for any of this. I just put myself in the right places, and I felt I was doing the right thing by growing my own medicine, uh and I'll admit it, also my own recreational, because I use it for both. I'm not afraid to admit that. um Kind of lost my train of thought real quick. The weed got to me. But yeah, it's been a crazy journey. Just you gotta. That's the post that I made after he passed. Was he always told everybody that I ever seen him gravitate towards, and really wanted to help. But I always heard him say, "Find something you're good at and master it." And you should be able to go somewhere. Not saying you don't have to master a few things, but always try and get one that you're good at. And if you love doing it, and like I said back earlier, I've always been interested in how hash is made and how they do it, whether it be, from dry sift to water. And even when the BHO stuff came around, it was kind of intriguing. But then when I found out that it was how, whatever, it was dangerous, I'm not going to lie. I just didn't like being around. It wasn't for me. So, and I tell everybody that, if it's for you, that's cool. It's just not for me. I don't like it. I don't like to smoke it. I don't like being around people making it. I just don't like it. It's kind of like guns. I don't like being around them. I don't like being around people with them, but damn sure that I know how to use one and I have them. You know what I mean? So it's one of those, it's a very fine line. But yeah, I just don't like the whole process, so to say, especially when water sustains life and that stuff kills life on contact. So when I heard that from Bubble Man, I was like, oh shit, that makes a lot of sense. I'm going to stick with the solventless side.
I'd never even thought about it like that, to be honest with you, until you just said it. Yeah. It just sounds bad when you put it like that. What are you smoking on over there? It looks like you've got a big old cigar or something good, really good over there.
Yeah, I get some Space Bomb in a backwood.
Oh yeah, you did tell me that. Yeah, there you go. Yeah,
It's kind of fresh. I took it down like sometime last week, so still it's not wet, but it's not dry either. I'm just kind of I walked over to the stuff hanging over there, and I was like, I'm gonna try some while I'm talking.
Nice. So, one more note before I get back there. Gift moving forward, I guess, is how great of an experience was it to run that machine, though? I mean, that get to the honor to run that prototype. How was it to run? When I seen it, I was like, oh, that's nice.
It's awesome. I'm not even gonna lie, it's fun. It's you can do so many experiments at once, as far as like speeds and how much you can fit in there, different amounts of ice. I don't know if that's another thing. The night before I went to subs, we were up on the mountain at the Mendo Boys spot they had in the mountains, and we actually set the washing machine up. They had electric up there, and we picked buds right off of a fresh plant. Didn't even freeze them. It was just cold out and nighttime. Yeah, in a second. Yeah. Yeah, we picked buds right off of the fresh plant and threw them right in the washing machine with some ice. And I mean, that machine, it's just, I mean, it's weird because if, and I'll say it, if you're a business and you're in that business of doing that type of stuff, you'll make your money back on buying that machine, no problem, if you know what you're doing. You can't just go and buy that type of machine and start doing R&D and expect to make money, especially the money back. But they're still worth it. I'm a work smarter, not harder type of guy. When it comes to watching these guys use that ore in a big brute bucket with pounds and pounds of weed in that thing, and then have to lift it up, because most of them, I'm sorry to say, I'm gonna sound a little cocky right now, most of them aren't smart enough to put them up on an elevated level, so they don't gotta pick it up and drain the goddamn thing, because that's a lot of water. water is 8.2 pounds per gallon. So when you got 35 gallons of water, it's not easy to pick up. So I just can't see myself working that hard when I've already mastered how to do it the easy way, because there is easy ways where you're not killing your back and killing your body and killing your arms. It's bad enough that you got to pull the bags out. Even if you're using 5 gallon bags, it's pretty heavy on your fingertips. So it's starting to get bad now that I'm older. Come on, you ready to go pee? Let's go. Now that I'm getting older, my hands the next day, I'm like, man, this is starting to hurt. So yeah, just if anybody needs any tips on what, just work smarter, not harder. Try and figure out ways that work for you. I get it, everybody's different, but
So
yeah.
I've got them guys that you talk about there. They pick up that 20 and 30 gallon can. Not that I do, but this is my process, and this is an idea I thought for somebody else that I seen doing that, and that was to put a spout with a turn down on the bottom of that can. You know what I mean? So you can, and put that motherfucker on a motorcycle jack that you can get for about $50 at Harbor Freight, and then jack that bitch. Do your work, jack it up, and then drain it into buckets, and 5-gallon buckets of full, something like that, versus trying to lift that all that shit. It just seems like a lot of work to, yeah. But yeah, I thought the motorcycle jack was a good idea to fucking race that can versus trying to lift that bitch.
Trying to get the dogs
how
out.
long
They're
did
pain in the neck. Sorry. Yeah, no,
Don't
that's
worry.
a great idea. That's a great idea. What I usually do is I put it up on the table. You know what I mean? And put a couple pieces of 2x4 or something, so that way that drain underneath isn't obviously going to get crushed. And then you just have the 90 come out and it drains. And then you can rinse the top out from the top, and get everything to go down. And that's kind of how Frenchie's machine is. Frenchie's machine's got the hole and it's kind of tilted, towards the exit of the drain, and you just spray everything down and it goes right in that little hole, and it's nice and easy. Trying to pick that stuff up, it don't make any sense.
Man, I can't believe that. On some of these questions, I'm even being put in here. He says, how long do you and Mr. Bond? So I cut me right out of this. How long do you, Mr. Bond, hydrate your fresh frozen before running? Because you're the master here. I can't even throw my opinions in that shit.
Hold on one second. Yeah, it all depends, really. You kind of got to know the material. I try and give it at least a good 5-10 minutes before, just to get things, your parchment paper or your trays that you're going to be drying, or freeze dryer trays, try and set everything up so you're not spending so much time at the bucket trying to get the hash out of there, or let it, if you're not ready and you got to get the hash, because that's the whole key, is trying to get it out fast. So you don't want it to sit in there, because especially if it's really greasy, it's going to screw up your bags. It'll actually it'll block the bag. It'll just grease it right up. And now number one, you lost a bunch of hash. And number two, it's now you got a mess on your hands. So that's the whole thing right there, keeping it cold as hell. So yeah, 10 minutes. I've even left it in there for an hour, just because I've lost track of, as you could tell, I'm always doing something I lose track of time very easily because my brain goes a mile a minute. But yeah, I've left it in there for 40 minutes, an hour on accident, and never saw any type of difference, as far as the quality. You know what I'm saying? I've actually done a bunch of experiments after, 4 or 5 spins of the material, which is normally, I say, overkill. The first and second wash is, those are what you want. The rest of it is just, it depends on how much work you want to do. You know what I mean? If you want every last bit, then you're going to spin it 5, 6, 7 times just to get every last thing. But once you do that 7 trillion billion times, you're going to be like, nah, I'm all set. That stuff I'm good. I'm not, there's a point where during the second and third wash, number one, you see things starting to get green, and, it's hard to get that stuff out. Now it's kind of just, rosin material, head stash, whatever. But yeah, as far as soaking, that's what I was gonna say. I've left after like the 5th or 6th wash. I've put more ice in the machine with some water, left it overnight, came back in the morning, spun it a couple times for a few minutes, and just checked out what I got. And most of the time, you do get a little bit, and sometimes it's really fire, sometimes it's green. It's crazy how different cultivars are different, and all resin on any plant is different. So it's really learning the material and actually getting the feel of the resin before you even try and wash it. You know what I mean?
There's a good question right there. What's your approach of getting the feel for the resin before you wash?
So I tell everybody normally how I do it. I'm sure everybody that's listening, when you touch fresh growing, almost mature nugs, I try to tend not to go to the very tops of the buds just because I'm anal, super anal. Like, don't touch my buds. If you want to touch and check it out or get a smell, go underneath. You know what I mean? Don't be gripping your little fucking dick beaters on my weed. You know what I mean? Like, I get super mad about it. Even when I see it on Instagram, I'm like, stop molesting the buds, goddamn it. But anyways, sometimes when you touch it, you can see the terpenes. You can actually, and on your finger, it becomes slippery, like a slip and slide. Like, there's no sticky until after you really start rubbing and getting some heat going. Then it'll start, really starting to get sticky. But if you see that really slimy, slippery, I don't even know how to describe it, just terpy goodness on your finger, that means that the heads have broken very easily, number one, just from the touch of your finger. And number two, if you try and throw those in a washing machine with ice, even if they are cold, they tend to break. And now you just have oil in water, and you can actually see it. The oil floats on top of the water, and you get no hash because they all broke. Then there's the sandy side. Obviously, you touch something and you can actually see and feel they roll around like little gritty sand part pieces. And then if you really push, they get sticky and, nice, like glue, and you're like, oh, wow, that's nice. So I tend to always steer towards the sandy, or then yeah, so the sandy is the best, is what I'm trying to say. But then there's that other level where there's like kind of sandy, but then there's ones that are just super sticky. Like, you touch the bud, and it, I could do it with the space bomb right now. Well, you know what I mean? It sticks on my finger pretty well. So
Them the ones that grease the bag, right?
right, that's the ones that'll just ruin shit. So you have to be on top of your game, or else it's not fun at all. I've had it happen to me many times, and that's obviously what defines a man or a woman. How fast you can get yourself out of that situation and rectify it. So once it's all seat time. It's all it is. It's seat time. Once you got to do it to feel it and know it. I can tell everybody these things and they'll go, oh yeah, I kind of get it. But then when they get in the situation, they're like, oh shit, that's what he was, you know what I mean? So that's when the door opens up and the light comes
Oh,
on.
I
Like,
do know what you mean, and I'm hoping you give some advice on that shit because I've been there. You pulled that bag, that fucking bag's greased out. It's barely draining through. You got to manipulate it, but in the same aspect, you got to keep the times ticking on them bags draining, and you have to do something with that bag. And what best thing I've ever came up with is to once I've got whatever I can get off that pull, because I know I ain't got time to wash that bag out. So I usually keep like a Tupperware bowl full of alcohol, and I'll stuff that bag in the alcohol and lit it up real quick and move on to my next bag, and then go back and wash that
yeah,
out when I've got a method. But man, you're right. That shit can really,
it'll ruin your
and it's a
day and
double-edged
your week
sword.
and your whole.
That's what
It'll
you
ruin.
want, in my opinion. That's the
Right,
one I'm
right.
looking for, but it's such a bitch to work. You
Yeah,
know, is
it's
there? How
you
can you
gotta
find
be in
that
a
sweet spot?
cold room. Everything has to be super cold. Like wherever I go now, even when I was talking about being in the middle of the subs driveway, 95 degrees, that little 4x4 where I was doing the sieving and everything else, it was probably 50 degrees in there just because I placed the tent underneath in the shade, and we had a pretty powerful little stand-up unit in a 4x4 tent. I mean, the thing, the sides would suck in on me. I mean, I don't have the pictures, but Sub had pictures of him poking his head through the window when I would open it, and he was taking pictures, and I'm literally, stuck inside of this little 4x4 on a table trying to microplane. You don't want to put yourself in those situations, so you always want to be that's key is set up. Everything needs to be set up so if you do run into those situations, you're able to get yourself out of them. But main thing, cold room, 40 or below if you can, because now the water that you're working with isn't going to get cold fast. You also have to worry about the temperature of the water that you're spraying with. If you don't have the means of keeping that spray bottle cold, or your reservoir that you're pulling from cold, that's a big deal because now you're adding warmer water into something you don't want to put warmer water in. You know what I mean? You want it to stay as cold as possible. So that's when the hash will start congealing and doing all kind of crazy shit and stick to the bag, and now you're losing stuff. And so the main thing is cold. End of story. You have to, if you can't, then you're just going to deal with the issues. Even in cold rooms, I've had times where I'm pulling back, and I got to call for I got to put the bag down back into the bucket and call for Daniel or somebody to come and help me so I can slap the bottom of the bag to get the sticky ass hash off the bottom. So now you got two people, one guy holding the bag, another guy, tapping the bottom, like you're spanking an ass. You know what I mean? And
I've been there.
it's going
I
everywhere,
usually
and you're
do it
like,
with a
son of a
spoon.
bitch. Yeah, reach the spoon in there and try and fucking move it around, but
No, no,
you don't.
no. Just a big old cooking spoon smacking the bottom of the bag like you're talking
Yep,
about.
yep,
Your hand gets
yep.
sore, man. Your hand gets sore smacking that bag after a while.
Yeah, I know, especially when you got, you know, because sometimes you fuck up, and even the first wash can all of a sudden, now you're looking at the bags and shit's not draining, and you're like, well, fuck, this is a good thing and a bad thing. Like, so now you got to walk that line of, jiggle the bag, jiggle your bucket around to get it to drain quicker, or because it could be just dumping hash. And I've actually had dreams and nightmares at the same time of just a patty just stuck at the bottom of the bag, this thick, and can't get it out. Had to put it in the freezer. This is a dream. Put it in the freezer and let it freeze up into a big round block of fucking hash, and then peel it off the bag. Yeah, I've had some bad experiences, but you just got to work with it, And again, it's learning the resin. So once it happens once, you're already expecting it again. So you'll know what to kind of, how to prep for it now, and do few different things different. And like I said, it's all seat time with a certain cultivar and certain material. If you're jumping around, and sometimes that's helpful, jumping around from material to material, because you're learning the resins, and you're like, oh, that works better. This one, after I'm done squishing it, it's way easier to turn into sauce and diamonds, or it's not, or and then you start learning those temperatures and pressures and all that stuff. So the game is big, and it never ends, because you will always work with something new, even if that cultivar, because I've seen the difference of where I've given out certain things that other people they grow it, and then somebody else grows it also, and it's different, very minuscule, but I mean, you got different environments, different growers, different mediums, different nutrients, organic, different lights. So it all plays a part, but relatively it'll stay in the ballpark. Like, I just had some GMO that I'm used to washing, and when I tried to pull the 160 bag, it was super grease. I was like, oh fuck. And it's never done that to me before. So I asked him, I said, what'd you do? He's like, oh, I got these new lights. Well, there we go. You know what I mean? That's probably what it was. I'm not saying 100% that's what it was, but if I had to take an educated guess, that would be my educated guess.
Well, I got a couple quick questions after this. Well, first of all, I just want to go back to referencing that day, just because you brought it back up, talking about being on the hill that day. I got to give you props, brother. As I'm sure 100% sure you're 100% confident in your skills. But man, it takes it. Well, talk about some fucking pressure, man. Fucking be out of your environment on a fucking hillside in the fucking sun, and at some cool's house, expecting nothing but a fire out of a machine you've never really fucking worked with, is a lot of pressure on its damn self to what an amazing moment.
I live for it. That's what I live for. I live for those moments. You don't get any more out of life when you have that adrenaline feeling, or that, oh shit, this is for real. Like, I'm at fucking Subcool's house right now, getting ready to wash some hash for him, and he's expecting nothing but the best. And I'm not gonna lie, there were a couple of things that I washed, and he'll tell you too, they just weren't for hash. And I normally I'm if I had to guess, I'm 99.8% right. There's been a few times with some purple cultivars that I've been wrong. I always say I stay away from purple, and one of the cultivars he had was kind of purpley, and I was like, don't do it. He's like, I want to try it anyway. I want to see. So we tried it, and boom. So yeah, I mean, it was like I said, it's cool. It was cool. Like I live for those moments. I was just talking to a buddy today. He's got a couple of new phenos he wants to try, and instantly my belly, I got that feeling of like, oh shit, there's something new, because it takes a lot of fucking balls. And I've said this from the get go, to just take one plant, the whole plant that you've been taking time for 3 plus months to grow and nurture and be the best it can be, to cut it down and put it in a bunch of water and ice. You know what I mean? It takes a lot of balls. So every time I do it, it's that feeling is like, it's exhilarating. Like, but again, my experience and just my confidence, like you said, I had no problems. Like like even Frenchie said it. He's like, yeah, this is when we were up on the hill. We were doing a documentary, and the guys asked some questions. They were like, so can you tell he's done this before? And Frenchie turned around and he's like, oh yeah, this is not his first rodeo. So when Frenchie said that and I heard, I was like, oh shit, like I know what I'm doing. You know what I mean? Like, when you have somebody like him that is giving you props in a sense, like, do your thing, young blood. You know what I mean? So, I mean, and again,
Yeah, it'd
like I
be
said, it's all seat time.
yeah, it'd be pretty cool to receive some honors from Frenchie like that. I do have a question here from chat from JD's. I'll dress it up a little bit, but he's wondering basically, with the common trend with mixing things, to come up with new stuff. What are your thoughts on, mixing strains to create like an in particular like new hash, or do you prefer just the same strain run?
I come across that a lot. Um, you know, I try to normally say, so let's start here. I say about 3,000, maybe 3,000 plus grams wet, fresh frozen, is about a pound dry. So if we start there, um, if you if you're not doing anything more than that 3,000, you can go to like 2,000. It's really not worth your time unless you're just doing it, for the experience, which is great, but I've just found over time, getting little tiny patties of each little micron, it's definitely cool to learn and get an idea. I did it, not, that's how I learned. Um, but if you don't have to, I just wouldn't. But I have no issue with, if you have a little of this, a little of that, a little of this, a little of that, and you want to throw them together. Um, you always run the risk of that one little of that not being so good, and it kind of messes up the rest. As far as making the hash dirty, um, more sticky. Just sometimes you can run into issues, but I have no issues with it. I mean, I do it all the time when we have the facility that I work at here in Rhode Island. I just did it the other day. We had a couple of phenos of certain, I forgot what it was. I want to say it was dual OG. And there were a couple different phenos because we had pop seeds to try and find a new pheno. And, what are you going to do with the trim? I'm not going to wash 150 grams of one thing. You know what I mean? So instead of having 150, I just threw in all the phenos, and it was, a little over 1,000 in one wash. You know what I mean? So it makes it kind of worth it at that point. Now, granted, I'm talking about dry trim. 1,000 grams of dry trim is obviously a lot more than the wet when you think of the difference between the wet and the dry. But yeah, I have no issues with it. I mean, do what you feel, do you. You know what I mean? That's what this is all about. Figure out what you like, and if you want to throw them all together to make a crazy tasting, smelling certain type of hash, if it works out, then shit, keep growing the rest of them and do it again. If it doesn't work out, just try one next time and see what that one does. And obviously, if you do all of them separately, you're going to find your culprit, and then you're golden. But yeah, I mean, I've had that question a bunch of times. It's not a big, it's not a big thing. I do it all the time.
I'm going to reference my Canadian brother here, Boom Farms, who's a hash maker up there in the Great White North. He's saying basically, and this is leading up to my question, I started with dry sift because I was too scared to wash it. As you referenced in the beginning there, you started with dry sift. So what was it that really sparked your interest in taking on the water? Was it just the new tech, or were you just sick of sifting?
Well, now that you say that, yeah, probably just a little mixture of both. Number one, yeah, the new tech where I wanted to, like, was strive. There was a point in my life where I didn't sleep until I figured out, and it didn't take me long, I will say that, how to get that hash that was a awesome color, whether it be white or golden, and then to have it melt like it did in Matt Rise's videos and a couple other guys' videos. I was dead set on that. And then all of a sudden I found it and I was like, oh, that the door opened, the light came on, that was it after that. But as far as being too scared, I hear you. It's now it's not so scary. I do it daily. You know what I mean? I'll walk in somebody's room and they're like, well, what do you think? And I'm like, yep, this one, that one, this one, this one. And they're like, the whole thing? I'm like, yep. They're like, oh, are you serious? And I've almost fought, not like mean, just play fighting with old E. He could testify to that too. Being out there, I sent the space bomb out there to grow outside. And when I was out there we were taking it down, and we're all at the plant. We got our, bucket with our bags, and we're filling, being nice. And I'm showing them how to do it. Bucket all into the bag, run it into the freezer. I come out from the freezer and I see old E up on the ladder taking down a bunch of the tops. And I'm like, hey, what are you doing? He's like, dog, I can't. He's like, I just can't. He's like, we got to save some of these tops. He's like, and he went and brought him into the dry room. I was like, you little bugger. So, there's always that tough part of, like, you take all them beautiful tops and just buck them down into nice little pieces and throw it in the washing machine. You either better be ready or you better know that it's going to do what you want it to do. And that's the bottom line. There is no in between. It's, it's going to do it or it's not. But yeah, I hear you, buddy.
Okay, once again, back referencing Boom Farms. He wants to know, what are you washing in now? Like a bubble now machine, or something you built and are hand washing in, stainless? What do you like as like a source bowl?
Yeah, I'm using. I always use the 20-gallon machine. I used to, you start out with the little one just because it's cheap and you're not sure. But for me, it became a business. So yeah, I get the 20-gallon machines. Then I'll modify sometimes I'll take the pump out. On some of them I don't, because I just don't have time. I'm always doing something. So you could take the pump out of it and put just clear tubing in there, put some what do you call them? The clamps there, like pipe clamps. Make sure it's nice and tight. Put one or two on there, and now you got a nice clear, smooth pipe coming out, not pipe, tubing. That way, you know, you don't get any bacteria or any old hash that's in there, and it might mold up, you know, those grooves on the. I don't see it happen often because I do still have a few machines that have the, you know, like I said, I haven't modified them. But yeah, I mean, you can't beat either being able to buy one of those crazy, you know, tens of $1,000 machines, or the bubble machine, because it just is what it is. You know what I mean? It's like I said, work smarter, not harder.
Right on. Right on. So, do you have a favorite source of material? Do you prefer a fresh? I mean, this is probably a silly question, but do you prefer a fresh froze, regular, you know, cured trim, or like, have you worked with freezer dried bud? You know, dried bud with a freezer, which is usually pretty crumbly. Have you worked with something like that in a wash?
I've seen it. I've never worked with it. I have put a bunch of stuff on dry ice, just for travel purposes. Um, and I find normally when you do that, you don't have to really soak it really well, you know, for that long, just because they're so brittle and cold. Obviously, dry ice is super cold. But hold on a second. That jar is empty already.
No, it's just there's kind of like.
You gotta scrape it. My wife trying to give her some dabs. Hold on a second. I'm trying to get my blunt back. What was I saying? The machines, right? I forgot. Oh
We
no,
were
did I
talking
lose
about
it?
working the
Oh,
fresh
okay.
froze material.
Oh,
Like in
yeah. I mean, it all depends, really. Sometimes I've had dry cured nugs and trim that are just as fire. You know, normally most of those cultivars that you see that I was talking about, that slippery feeling, if you most of the time, if when those cure out, you can get some nice terpy hash. Usually probably is going to be the best yield, but like I said, sometimes I have been wrong. um but my preference is definitely fresh frozen. I mean, with the cultivars that I work with, you know, that I'm used to. So, you know, if I'm, it's always that, like, gotta try it both ways type of deal, you know. So preference.
So let's say, unfortunately, it happens too. Somebody brings you a load of dry material. Do you have any suggestions with you know, starting that material out and say like soak time? And do you think there's any benefits to even, you know, drying your trim before, you know, as for storage, knowing that in the end it's going to be bubble? I mean, for me, it goes. I like a wet trim straight to the freezer, you know, because I know I'm gonna make hash. But you know, for somebody that's just lazy about it or prefers to, let's say they dry trim anyway, and that's just all the, you know, material they have laying around. Is there any benefits to, you know, drying it, or do you have any
Well,
suggestions for the soak too?
for the average guy, I, you know, if you're doing it just to have some hash, it's really, again, it's preference. So like you said, you like the you know, the fresh frozen trim. But again, there's other factors that come in where, you know, do you want to wet trim your weed, to just get a little bit of hash, where I really don't like wet trimming. So, if all you're going to do is use that trim for is a little bit of hash, and that's what you want, then then fine. As far as the dry material, again, if you're drying your buds to keep as flower and smoke, and you want those nice flowers, you got to trim it anyway. So even if you got a little bit one time, and then the next couple plants you get a little bit more, just keep saving until you have enough. And uh, the soak time, really, it all depends on, to be honest with you, I don't even really see that much of a difference. Uh, only because I have a certain way I do things. So I set up, I'm ready. Uh, so I don't really notice it. How long? Like, it's kind of like whenever I'm ready, I'll turn the thing on and start doing it. So I don't ever really keep track of how long it does soak. Like I said before, I forgot, and I'm like, oh shit, I'm doing that over there. Like, yeah, I got to get that done, and didn't see any uh, difference. You know what I mean? But yeah, it all depends on whether you're keeping your flower as flower and you want to keep it nice buds. I would just dry it. You know, let all the leaves besides the fan leaves, cut all them off obviously, but let all the other leaves just curl around the bud, locks in that flavor. And then once you're done, you can buck it all down and trim it nice and save your trim, or if you got enough, you can wash it or dry sift it. I mean, you got to do something. You can't just throw it out. And I've always said that, there was many guys that I worked with back in the day. They were like, I used to have fucking bags of this just laying around, and I'd go mulch it out back. And I'm like, what are you doing? Like, and I'd show them how much, how much money you could make from it. You know what I mean? Or how much ash you could get off of it. And, they've blown away. Like, I was throwing that away. Like, you throwing that away. So.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. I was reading Stephen D'Angelo, I believe that's his name, the guy there in California that started a lot of that revolution out there. He was saying that's how he made a lot of his money to get his dispensaries going back in the day. Was he learned how to make hash, and he went out there to California, hit up all those California growers that were just throwing the shit out, and he started sifting in it. He ended up making enough money to put up his whole dispensary and shit. I thought that was fucking kick ass, man. What a way to.
Yeah, if you do it right, if you like doing it, and that's the whole thing with life, right? Is like I said before, Sub told me, find something you like doing and get good at it, master it. It will in turn, if you like doing it, you'll never work another day in your life. And I know it sounds cliche, but it's true. Like, I have no issue getting up in the morning and going to the facility that I work at or consult for. I wouldn't even say work at, and go roam around in the huge grow rooms and find my resin. Like, that's my job. I couldn't be any more blessed. You know what I mean? So if you can navigate your way down that game of life, like I watched Kevin Hart on Joe Rogan the other day, and he kind of said it was pretty crazy. Life is a game. You start at one level and you grow to open the next level. And once you get to that level, if you want to keep growing to open that next level, you got to put in the work. So navigate life that way, and you'll never work another day in your life. So that's, I was, I guess, smart enough to go, hey, this, I know deep in my heart, even when I was younger, we were going to come out of prohibition somehow, some way. The medical thing popped in 96. Things obviously have been going pretty good. There's I don't even know how many states now are either recreational or medical, but there's a bunch. So I love doing this. This is what I do. And of course, you kind of throw in a little bit of my past. I got in trouble when I was younger, right when I hit 21. So I had 3 felonies because I was driving around like a fucking idiot with prescription pills that weren't mine, and got pulled over, got searched, the whole rigmarole, court, fines, lawyer. Now I'm living life with 3 felonies, can't get a job, even at fucking McDonald's or Dunkin' Donuts. And there's only so many times you can go, fill out an application and then call them back and they're like, oh, we're all set. Or they actually tell you, no, we looked up your background, like we can't hire you. It's like, well, guess what? I already know what I'm going to be doing. You know what I mean? Like, so that was my road. And, luckily it landed me where I am now. And like I said, I'm super blessed to be able to work with those guys out in California and the people that I work with out here, and, winning all the fucking awards. It's kind of like, I don't know. It's real to me, but at the same time, I know how much work I put into it. Once I knew, this is what I was going to do. Like, I went on the websites. I figured out a way to make it a consulting business. So now that's what I do. I consult resin for all these people that want to have their hash put on shelves. And I mean, it ain't ever going to stop. It's just like alcohol. You know what I mean? There's always going to be that Johnny Walker Blue Label. And I want to be above that. So that's what I've been
There's
striving
nothing
for.
wrong with that, man. You got to keep, braising that ceiling, just like you said, man. It's great to get somebody that's, inspiring like yourself on here, because I'm kind of a little bit preaching that drum every day, but and it's nice to see that I ain't the only one out there that tries to be as optimistic as we can, man. And
yeah,
it's awesome.
I mean, that's what
awesome.
I've always said. I'm not. I grew up Catholic. I'm not a Catholic anymore. I don't consider myself. Now that I'm old enough to make my own decisions, I just have always had those questions, and the questions can't be answered for me. Everybody says, well, it's faith. I get it. But I also believe in science. So when you look at the science, I can believe in positive and negative energy because it exists in front of me. I can see it if I want to. So if all you do is put out negative energy, which is a real thing, you're only going to get negative back. If you put out positive, you're going to notice all that's going to be around you is positive. And that's, again, going back to, we're all human. I get it. But, everybody's got their bad times, and that, it could always be worse. That's what you just got to strive for it to be better. And sometimes can only get worse for it to get better. And once you understand these things and navigate your way through it, you'll get there. And if you need help, don't be afraid to ask. You know what I mean? You can't be, quiet about a subject, even if you think, it might be what you're thinking is wrong or whatever. Like, obviously, if you're thinking, you got to get opinions of other people. and then come up with your own opinion on what you should do based on.
I'm
So
super glad you said that it's about not being able or not wanting to reach out, because there's a lot of people, and I'm gonna throw myself in that fucking category as well, Mr. Bond. There's times where you can let your pride get in the way of asking for help, and that can be, almost a bigger problem than what you're going through. That could be a bigger hindrance. You could be taking yourself out at that point. You know what I mean? You're working against yourself sometimes with that pride. So, like you said, you can't be afraid to when your times are tough to reach out, ask somebody for help, because it might just keep you from sliding further down that ladder before you actually
absolutely,
realize you have to.
yeah,
So yeah,
yep.
but
It's and
save yourself some time.
I preach this all the time too. Is it's always great to help other people, and you should 100% if you're able to help yourself. If you can't help yourself and you're not on a stable path, number one, you have no leg to stand on to be trying to help anybody else. I know it's a great deed. I understand it. And you probably will get the good karma back. But the time that it takes to get that good karma back could be, substantially long. Because you never know with karma. It's a tricky thing. So like I said, you put out positive, you'll get positive back. Um, you have to just stay on that fine line of uh, you know, just staying on that right path and being a good person and being able to help yourself. Like I tell my wife all the time, I have to be able to be good with myself to be able to help you and help them and help, feed the dogs. And, it boils down to the littlest things in life. So, you know, that's just how I live my life. As I got older, I'm 40 years old. I'm not going to say I'm old, but I've had some years under my belt.
Shit, you're a young man. You're a young man. I got some
I like
time, well, a lot of time on you, brother. A lot of
I
time
like
on you.
I'd like to think we're all young at heart. So that's all that matters. This is just the shell of our conscience and how you play your conscience into real life situations.
Man, I tell you what, I was expecting some wise words, but man, I didn't expect the other wise words coming my way, brother. And it's all true. Everything you've said tonight during this episode so far has been very, very true. And I got even more. I had a ton of respect for you before this all started, but I got a shit ton even more now. So,
I
so
appreciate it.
more so now, sir. I mean, a
Like,
ton more. I mean, you took it to another level, and that's one thing that I think is really cool about this type of thing right here is we've all get to hear your opinions on hash and everything, but I doubt there, without a random conversation and being able, a friend to pull you along, that they would ever get to know this super cool side of you, sir. And it's good colors. It's good colors what you're showing right now, brother. This is
well,
totally
likewise,
awesome.
man. I mean, it's you know, that's just my nature, I guess. It's I've been through some shit as everybody else has, I'm sure. Um, it's just how you deal with it. Unfortunately, so and that's the thing with me. Like, I also have another side where, you know, and I'm sure people have it too. Once you can talk to people and try and help people. I've had friends that I've lost, friends that are in that are lost in jail in the system. you know, don't know where they are, whether they're alive or not. Tried to help them, try to help them, try to help them, try to help them, try to help them. Once you get to this point, I'm a hard ass too. You know, you got to be able to draw that line. Once you realize you're talking to a wall, I'm done. Like, I can't, like, I don't have time for that. You know what I mean? Like, I wanted to help you. I did help you. You need to help yourself. Bottom line, like I said before, only you can help you. Once people realize that, you know, everybody likes to point the finger at somebody else. It's like, well, who put yourself in that situation? You did, not anybody else. You're there for some reason that the only one that knows is you, because you're in your own head. So, yeah, I mean, I have that side of me too, but that's what's made me grow. You know, I've been on my own since probably 15, you know, runaway, had a stepfather that was super military strict, you know, curfew when all my buddies were older and they didn't have a fucking curfew and they were drinking and smoking pot and whatever. I'll admit it, you know, yeah, I was a little punk, but I just wanted to fit in, you know what I mean? Just like any other kid wants to. And that's, you know, that's the life that I chose. But I'll tell you what, it made me grow up real fucking quick when I started learning that I had to sleep underneath some bleachers or in a fucking porta potty. You know what I mean? You wake up and there's fucking snow on you. You're like, oh, damn, it's cold right now. What do I do? And this is back when there was no cell phones. You know, well, barely. You know what I mean? It was beepers. So it's like, you know, what do? You actually got to go to your homie's house and knock on the door. Is so and so home? Try and hang out, warm up, get a little drink, whatever. You know what I mean? That's the life I lived, and it was all self-inflicted. You know, so you know I ain't no angel, but it made me grow up quick. You know what I mean? And once you fucking learn that, we're just a little tiny fucking nothing on this rock that's floating around in space or whatever the fuck is out there, whatever you want to believe. At any moment, it could be gone. Just fucking enjoy it. There's nothing else to do on this life except for enjoy it. You only get one, so they say. You know? So
Yeah, I say it quite a bit here on the show. If you're not doing what's feeding your soul, you're wasting your fucking time at this point. You know, life's just getting
yeah.
shorter and shorter. What the fuck are you waiting for? You know what I mean? And
Yeah. It's so evident when you do something good, whether it be for yourself or somebody else, that feeling you get, that's an addiction. Or should be. So
right, right. All right, brother. If you don't mind, with enough of the goodwill aside, let's get a little bit back to the hash. I know they're gonna get mad if I don't ask some more hash questions,
yeah,
but
go ahead.
if you got time, you know, I know you've already put a lot of good
What
time
time
into
is it?
this. I don't want to waste. It's
Yeah,
six
I got a
thirty
little bit.
six now.
I got a little bit.
Um,
The wife said dinner's ready, but I'll be all right. She knows what I'm doing,
I
so
don't want. I don't want to get you in trouble either. So you got to keep the wife happy first and foremost.
yeah,
Uh,
no shit. Yeah, ask a couple more questions if you got them. It's all good.
yeah. So as a hash artist, is there certain cutoffs that you know you don't fuck around with? I know that it's pretty much all usable, you know, for one thing or another, but not for hash, not for quality hash. Do you like say fuck around? What's your top cutoff and what's your bottom cutoff when you're making good hash? Do you fuck around with the 25? Are you using that 160 for just edibles? Uh, what's your preferred screens? What's your cutoffs? You know, above and below.
Normally, because I work with this. Normally, I work with the same thing over and over again, or the same things, so I know what they do. Um, no, I don't use the 25 anymore because it's just a waste of my time, to be honest, and what you're gonna get out of it. I get it. There might be something there, but for the time that it's going to take me, and I'll admit it, I'm probably not the cheapest extractor in the world, because it does take a lot of time, and I'm a firm believer in I didn't you're not paying me for how long it took me to do it. You're paying me for the years that it took me to learn how to do it and do it the right way. So that's what I always say to that. But no, I don't use the 25. I'll experiment with things sometimes with some nice fresh frozen that I know I'm going to get some nice big heads out of, and I want it to be clean. I will throw the 190 bag in between there. That way it catches all that other junk that would normally, if the 190 bag's not there, will go into the 160. So if you know that, obviously, try and keep it as clean as possible. But yeah, I jump around a bunch. Normally, what I do is the 200, 160. Sometimes I'll throw the 90 in there, but normally, because everybody wants rosin, and not everybody gives me the biggest amounts. So I'm sure when you wash little amounts and you actually do first pull, second pull, third pull, all separate, you end up with these little pucks, that's not really worth it. I mean, it's worth a shit, but it's not when you're just going to turn everything into rosin. So I've adapted a way where I know what I'm working with. If this one cultivar does give a good, nice patty of the 90, I'm going to throw the 90 bag in there instead of mixing it into the 73. Also, we never had a 90 bag, so I'm used to that anyway. That 90 bag is new to me. You know what I mean? It may not be new to a lot of these new kids, but it was never around when the first bags came out. So, the 73 was, the 90 and the 73 underneath the 120. But yeah, I mix it around. It's all like it is. Like I said, it's all R&D.
Nice. Well, I want to I got a lot of respect for this guy that asked the next question, but I don't know. This could be a long, lengthy question. Fumador and the Flavors, who I got tons of respect for. You may have seen him on Instagram. He takes some beautiful cannabis pictures. Great grower as well. I don't want to knock him on that. But I love he's got some beautiful photography of cannabis. I mean, top notch in
Yeah.
my book. But he's asking, what are the keys for a world-class hash? Which that could be, that could go on forever. That's a loaded question in my book.
I mean, if you want to get down to brass tacks, world class hash would have to be something that has won a world class award, whether it be uh, Emerald Cup, something, high times. Uh, I don't believe in that so much now, but just because of the way things have gone, high times isn't as big. But the Emerald Cup has always been that big one. HempCon's pretty, so in that aspect, that would be a world class hash because it was voted on by people of the people. That was the best of the best. But again, it does go back to your own preference. If you like that gassy, raunchy, OG, just fuel awesomeness, then that might be a world class hash to you. Especially if it's a 6-star, melt factor, and it had the flavor, and it was stable. Um, it didn't do all kinds of crazy things on, because hash can do crazy things on you in different temperatures and humidities. The environment, everybody forgets we're making this hash in a very cold environment most of the time. Once you jar it in that cold environment, that hash has that cold environment in that jar. Whether the jar gets cold, warm or not, if the jar gets warm, then yes, the hash is going to congeal and melt, right? We know that. But it won't white out until you open it up and expose it to that new humidity, the new temperature, possibly different elevation of sea level. So all those factors come into play. When many times I've brought hash from here, and because I'm medical, I can bring it to California. Laugh out loud. But anyway, it completely changed sometimes, and then I noticed the space bomb would never really change. It would just turn into this goop because it was on the plane in that pressure in the cab. So I expected it to do that. But every time you open it up, especially in California now, it's less dry, it's less humidity, way hotter. And you open that jar and shut it, open the jar and shut it. Now say you go into a room in a hotel and the jar gets cold and you open it and shut it, or you put it in the fridge and then you take it out right away, open it and shut it. You know what I mean? Now you're going to get condensed water on the inside of the jar because, you know what I mean? There's all kinds of factors. But as far as a world-class hash, I mean, those are the things. It's got to be full melt, obviously. You could also make the argument for world-class hash of the other style, like the old school Frenchy Tech, that type of thing. Some of those hashes that I've smoked that are 10 plus year old aged hash is amazing. The high you get is completely different. The way you got to smoke it is completely different. You know what I mean? So there's all those factors, and they are all your own preference. So,
well, I don't want. I know you got to eat dinner, and these guys can wait. Hopefully, you've had a good enough experience that we can get you back and talk some more hash, because this is something that's, at least to myself, and I know that this community here watching is near and dear our hearts.
yeah,
So,
anytime. I mean, most of, like I told you, I'm around this time of the day. I'm pretty free. Besides having to let my dogs out and normal stuff, but yeah, even when I am at work and washing stuff, I'm always done by 1-2 o'clock, and I have some free time because I have other shit that I have to do. So just like I'm sure everybody else got shit to do. So, but yeah, anytime just hit me up and we'll bang out an hour or two. Yeah, I don't mind. I'm down.
That would be amazing.
I love it.
For your information, I'm willing to meet your time. I'll come to 420 and do another episode anytime that you're willing.
So
here in a month. Pardon me.
You're on my side, right?
I'm in Michigan. Yep.
All right.
So we're the same
Michigan,
time.
right? Yep. Okay.
Yeah, I just thought initially that because you hung out or you'd known the Connect was like on the Cali side, that I assumed you were over there. Is what happened there.
Everybody does it. They're like they and I rightfully so. It makes 100% sense. Sometimes I'm out in Cali, sometimes I'm out here. You never know where I am really. That's kind of why I chose the Bond name. You know what I mean? Because I always was into Bond movies, even way back the old ones. You know what I mean? So kind of just grew up with the video game and everything else. So like, yeah, I'll be Mr. Bond 420. Fuck it, and it just stuck. So
one last thing, and it'll hopefully only take a couple seconds. In the beginning, I fucking started this like soundbite type thing to like when I get to 100, almost like the Mendo Dopes pass the joint thing. But this I'm gonna just loop together. Remember that back in the day there was the old radio sound bites where the artist or the guest, you, would like do the station identification type thing. Is there
Yep.
any way you could give me like that whole like radio soundbite? Hey, this is Mr. Bond. I'm on fucking talking shit with Eagle. So when and time comes that I can throw that in there in my little adventure to 100
Yeah,
there.
I'll try my best. Just let me know when you're
Yeah.
ready.
I'm gonna hit record just for this part. Well, this whole thing will be available, and I'll download it from YouTube. But just for sakes of piecing this together, I'm gonna record this real quick. So okay, it's recording. Anytime you're ready, I'll take that soundbite, brother.
What's up, guys? This is Mr. Mrbond42. I'm out here talking fucking shit with Eagle. Come join us anytime. Enjoy.
Badass, brother. I can't thank you enough. Your time was it's super valuable, as you know, and I can't thank you enough. It's you dropped some knowledge and then some. It was well worth the wait. Well fucking worth the wait in both instances. And I
Awesome.
hope that
Awesome.
sometime near future we could do this again.
Hell
Go
yeah,
enjoy
man.
your dinner, brother.
Yeah, like I said, just DM me whenever. And if anybody lives in the Rhode Island medical area, I guess you can find my hash at all 3 Rhode Island medical dispensaries normally, and a couple of my own cultivars that we grow. So if you're interested in getting some fire, trying it out, but trying to keep the prices low, work with everybody so things aren't so crazy. But as you know, it's not cheap to do this type of stuff. So just let it be known that we are working to bring the prices down and get discounts and stuff like that for military and vets and stuff like that. And it's just a constant struggle. So keep positive, keep the glass full, and that's it.
All right, brother. I wish I could slide over there and grab some hash. But again, thank you so much, and we'll hear from you again soon.
Right on, brother.
You
It
have
was
a
good
great
being
night.
with you.
Thank you, and you have a great night and an amazing tomorrow.
You too.
Peace.
You too. Be safe.
Man, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of fucking talking shit with Eagle. I know I did. Fucking amazing fucking chat with Mr. Mrbond42. All the great knowledge that he had dropped on us, and some great insight on just life. And I hope we all were able to take something away from it. I know I was, or I did rather. So thank you so much for joining me in this midday 420 episode. Got off a little rocky, but I think it finished off just as good, if not better, than I was hoping it would start off to. So if you enjoyed that, and the only way you can really show it thanks is hit that thumbs up button. And go ahead, and of course, if you're not following Mr. Bond, get over there and follow Mr. Bond. And if you're in Rhode Island, like he said, slide by those locations and pick up some of that amazing hash. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Might as well do it. I just don't know how I'm not to. Cameron, Fumador, Smoke and Grow Frazier, the American one, JD, Spiky Pilots, Northern Maine Weed Gnome, Green 13, Boom Farms, B2 Crazy for You, Bill Sid, Red Eye Rustler, Jax Greenstock. Who else we got here in chat? So many great people. Johnny Bell, always message retracted. Lexi I, my beautiful daughter, always glad you're hanging out in chat. Miss D's Nugs. Smiley's Gardens, the Idea Man, always thankful you're hanging around. Mr. Green Pots, so many great people that I've seen today in chat. So used to saying tonight. Thank you all. So many, DLP 2372, Majestic Marks, or Mystic Marks. I don't know. Majestic. Wait, Mystic Marks. Now I'm confusing my damn self on that shit. That's so fucking funny right there. Double tap. How you doing today? Boom Farms, of course. Thank you so much for tuning in. Well, it's Cannon Trooper. So many great names to tune in. I didn't see Sergeant Pepper, but Sergeant Pepper, if you're listening, thank you so much for hanging out. Or, Dirtman Dan, I will get a hold of you about hanging out on your show for once. That'd be pretty cool. Be on the other side for a change again. I thank you so much for that invite, by the way. Amadeus, thank you so much for tuning in. If I missed your name, JD's Purple Flower, Humble Grower, Organic for Life, Andy Man. That's a newer name that's hanging out in chat. I thank everybody for hanging out. Soiled Roots. I try to get everybody, but I can only go far so back. I want to say that's Ragnar666. And I think I've got everybody else as far back as I can go. Oh, UKSIF420. God, I'm glad I got that one because you're here quite often. And I appreciate everybody that stops in. That's for sure. Don't forget, right there, Yvonne Brooks, one of the past winners as well. I've got A Nova. Man, I can't believe I almost missed you, man. You guys have a great day. What's left of it, I will be back here at 11:30 with some more fun, a little less. It'll be whatever. We'll take it wherever we want to go, but I can guarantee it's going to be a super fun night. T-Dog, the artist, will be here. Smiley's Gardens. I always have so much fun hanging out with him. And Miss Nudie Grower will be here at 11:30, hanging out with myself, fucking talking shit with me later on. So I hope you can find time to check that out and tune in for that. You guys enjoy your dinner, the rest of your day, whatever the hell you got to do. I will see you at 11:30. But that leaves plenty of time for a random act of kindness or just to do something nice. It will repay you at some point. Moreover, it'll help somebody out. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you at 11:30. Peace.